Now on BBC One, Peter Snow and Philippa Forrester lift the veil on tomorrow's world.
Hello and welcome to the future. Tonight, a true tomorrow's world test.
This is a gas cylinder exploding. Can a simple jacket stop this from happening and save firefighters' lives? We pit the old against the new.
Plus, the gadget we've all been crying out for, a mobile phone blocker.
And the Britpop single that's bound for Mars.
Firefighters face potentially fatal risks every day of their working lives. Amongst the most dangerous is an exploding gas cylinder.
But a British company has come up with an invention that could protect the people who protect us. Lindsay Fallow spends the day at Porton Down Research Facility testing it out.
A gas cylinder is an unexploded bomb. If it overheats, it can quickly become lethal. Since 1987, more than 30 firefighters have been injured or killed in the UK by exploding gas cylinders. These pictures, filmed in action by the fire brigade, show how dangerous fires involving gas cylinders can be. If they explode, they can send fireballs over 50 metres and shrapnel over 300. Firefighters have some harrowing stories to tell.
And the sub-officer said, it's not going to explode. And it was really as the D and the E of explode came out of his mouth that it went bang. And then there was silence. And you could just see the ball of flame going up through the sky.
It was so loud, it was unbelievable. And you knew there was something seriously wrong there. And like within split seconds, this almighty explosion. And it just sort of like pushed you back off your feet, and like I say, the flames just engulfed us.
Explosions like this only occur if the safety valves on cylinders fail, but that is all too common an occurrence. To see what's actually happening when a gas cylinder explodes, the safety team down here at Porton Downs have removed the safety valve from one, and now they're going to set it alight. The area around the cylinder is set alight with kerosene. I was sent to watch from the safety of this shelter 150 metres away. After only a few minutes, you can see the cylinder is starting to swell. The pressure inside is building. As the pressure builds more and more, it's clear it's about to blow. Looking at the explosion again in a wider shot, you can see its incredible and potentially lethal impact, the result of the failed safety valve. But even if a safety valve works, it presents its own danger, called venting, when the valve shoots a dangerous stream of burning gas up to 10 metres from the cylinder. So existing safety measures just don't make gas cylinders safe. But now a British-based company has come up with an invention which could reduce the risk of cylinders exploding enormously. This cylinder is covered with a new protective heat shield called a gas safe. Instead of letting the heat build up in the cylinder until it either explodes or vents, as currently happens, this device stops the heat getting to the cylinder altogether. It looks black and charred on the outside, but inside the cylinder is untouched, even though the fire's been raging now for over 30 minutes. When the firefighters have put out the fire, they can remove the now very charred gas-safe cover. The cylinder isn't swollen at all, and to show how cool it is, they can even touch it with their bare hands. So how does this actually work?
It's based on a technology developed for the offshore industry, where we're using a relatively thin coating, as you can see here, something around 4 or 5 millimetres in thickness, which in normal application remains at this thickness, but when exposed to a fire will expand up to 25 or 30 millimetres in thickness.
The 4mm outer layer will remain at that width under normal conditions. But when heated, it expands to form an insulating layer, totally isolating the cylinder from the fire around it. This is Paul Pike, who is a fire officer and also an expert in hazardous materials. Now he's going to be watching the test with me, but because it's so dangerous we have to go back in the shelter.
Okay.
On the right is the cylinder protected with the gas safe cover. On the left side is the uncovered, unprotected cylinder.
The one on the left now is starting to vent. It's
That's
letting
an
off.
amazing
Yeah,
noise.
it is strange. But the good thing about the noise, at least if you're a firefighter, you can hear it, so you know it's happening.
Yeah, and the one on the right is just sitting happily at the moment.
Yeah, the one on the right is just sat there. It's quite stable, whereas the one on the left
is a giant blowtorch.
Effectively, yes. Also, under this conditions, the cylinder has been fastened so it doesn't move. In a fire condition, the cylinder would be spinning around the floor, around the room, and spreading heat and flame everywhere. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, just incredible.
Yeah.
So you're impressed by the resistance of the cylinder on the right?
The fact that it gives you something like 30 minutes to actually do something with the fire, with the cylinder, gives you that much more of an edge. Everything in a fire is done very quickly most of the time, especially involving gas cylinders. But where you've got something like that, it gives you that much more time. You can find the cylinder, control the fire, and hopefully pull the cylinder before anything such as the one on the left is doing.
Wow. And that time is important?
Time is very important when you fight a fire. It's crucial.
Well, the fire's finally dying down. And that's been burning for around 50 minutes, and we haven't seen any venting or explosion in the right-hand side.
No, the one on the right stayed almost completely stable. As you can see, most of the fuel has now burnt away. It's just the actual jacket that seems to be burning now.
So once that's out, we'll be safe to get out of here again?
Yeah, once it's cooled a little, yes.
The company is intending the protective jacket for gas cylinders to have both industrial and domestic applications, to hopefully prevent injury to firefighters in the future.
Of course, that system only works if people are willing to fit it to their cylinders before there's an accident. So the next challenge is to persuade them it's worth it.